Cheers, Muses. I'm Erica Papillon-Posey, and welcome to another episode of Suits Souls by EPP, where I inspire you toward your style muse with timeless, classic, prom looks from my boudoir, as well as some content to assist you in your very best lifestyle. And as a reminder, hang out until the end for the mini photo shoot that I provide for you at the conclusion of this episode. And in today's episode, yes, we've got 3 style inspirations for you, but all in conjunction with denim and the diaspora. Now, I know that we all saw Kendrick Lamar's show-stopping protest performance during the Super Bowl halftime show, yeah? And all of the talk was about not just all of the symbolism going on throughout the performance, but also his Canadian tuxedo, right? Now, where did that term come from, Canadian tuxedo? Well, it is said that in 1951, Bing Crosby went to the swanky Vancouver, Canada, Vancouver hotel wearing denim on denim. So also, Canadian tuxedo can refer to double denim, denim on denim, right? Well, this formal swanky Vancouver hotel did not allow denim. And it's said that as a publicity stunt, Levi Strauss and Bing Crosby came up with, the cheeky idea of wearing all denim. Well, he did, and he got kicked out of the Vancouver hotel. So there you have it. There goes the term Canadian tuxedo. But I don't think that you understand the importance of denim to the Black diaspora. And that's what we want to talk about today. So, rarely is attention turned to Black participation in shaping universal style beyond urban fashion, right? We don't think about style where the Black diaspora is concerned beyond urban wear. But what does all this have to do with slipping on a pair of 501s, as they call them, which I'm actually wearing right now, which is part of one of my style inspirations? But actually, it has a lot to do with denim and the history of denim, meaning the Black diaspora. So denim represented an ode to the African-American experience in so many ways, whether it was the civil rights movement of the 60s, whether it was the Blaxploitation films in the 70s or the 80s and 90s that saw the onset of hip hop and rap into current day. Really, denim has shaped the way that African Americans have cultivated and curated the cultural American experience through and through. In fact, when you chart how denim transitioned from its early workwear incarnation to wardrobe essential, you will find that it intertwines seamlessly with the Black experience. And moreover, it was Black activism that helped to make the concept of everyday jean mainstream. Denim, being perceived as a raceless symbol of Americana, is a product of white supremacist revolutionist history. We know that, right? Offered Jana Handy, who is the co-founder and curator of Black Market Vintage. So much of what we define as Americana was created and made possible, innovated, seasoned, made popular by Black people, and rebranded. Denim falls under that umbrella as well, and I think it is important to really examine the context of this entire principle of the diaspora, the Black diaspora, and denim. As denim made the great leap from its humble beginnings to runway staple, its significance in the civil rights movement is especially overlooked. Slave owners bought denim for their enslaved workers, partly because the material was so sturdy and partly because it helped contrast them against the linen suits and lace parasols of the plantation families, right? We know all about this scenery and what it looks like. You can almost imagine it in your consciousness, right? And with that in mind, denim, namely overalls, blue jeans, and trucker jackets, which are also in right now and trending, right, became a not so subtle sartorial reference to slavery during the 1960s in particular. Youth activists, specifically members of SNCC, The Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee used denim as an equalizer between the sexes and an identifier between social classes that would create space between their work and other factions of the civil rights movement. Denim served not only as a rebellious uniform to the culture of the middle class activists, but also as a soul tie to the Black laborers. The significance of SNCC denim uniform, or SNCC skin as it was called, served to connect with and advocate for the Southern Black sharecroppers in adopting the clothing of Black laborers instead of the attire worn by the middle class Black at the time. SNCC was consciously reevaluating the politics of respectability. We've heard that term, respectability politics, right? Crisp suiting, narrow ties, and Macintosh coats are what comes to mind when most of us think about images of the civil rights movement. But the fashion was fractured very deliberately and on purpose, right? Denim became a political symbol of the 1960s and fortified the civil rights movement. Though most people today don't associate blue denim with the struggle for Black freedom, it absolutely played a significant role in the movement. For one thing, the historian Tanisha C. Ford has observed the realities of activism, which could include hours of canvassing in rural areas, made it impractical to organize in one's Sunday best. But denim was also symbolic. Whether in trouser form, overalls, or skirts, it not only recalled the work clothes worn by African Americans during slavery as sharecroppers, but also suggested solidarity with contemporary blue-collar workers and even equality between the sexes. And you've heard me discuss this and talk about this in a past episode that I did about denim, I think about a year ago. I'll pop it up here for your reference in case you want to go back and check that out. And again, it took Martin Luther King Jr.'s March on Washington to make jeans popular wear. Yeah. So look, we can talk about jeans all day long and its origins and how, again, it is an American staple, but you cannot discuss it. You absolutely cannot talk about denim wear without the significance and importance that the Black diaspora and culture has had on the material. With that, let's get into our 3 style inspirations, all featuring denim. Woohoo! But the first look that I want to start with is these cutoff 501s. Now, these were actually long, and I cut them off so that they would fray on the ends. I've got about 3 pair of 501s. I don't have a lot of denim in my wardrobe, but when I say a lot, I think I have maybe, I think I have about 14 pair of denim in my wardrobe, of which about 5 pair are specifically Levi Strauss, and 2 of those pair are the 501s. And this is one that I actually cut off to style specifically with this look for you today. And again, I went ahead and highlighted it and used as my secondary color here, this beautiful, almost burnt orange, if you will, to highlight and really make that denim pop for you. Also featuring this pinstripe button down here. And this pinstripe button down is from Ann Taylor. I've had this button down, oh my God, I can't tell you how many years now. I told you I love Ann Taylor. A lot of articles and items in my wardrobe are from Ann Taylor. But the denim shorts I have had, oh gosh, when they were pants, actually, before I cut them off. I think I've had them about 12, 13 years or so, but that's what we did here. Again, everything that is available, I will link for you in the description. It is not difficult to find 501s if you so choose. I want to say specifically about the 501s though, you have to, the way 501s actually fit the Black body or leave a little to be desired, right? Because you would think that I have that disease, no acetol, right? When I'm wearing 501s, because they completely flatten me out, as you will see from the videos. So don't be talking about me, right? Don't be talking about me. But how did we accessorize this first denim look? We went with a new acquisition of mine that I picked up in Florence. So let's see. Today is February 25th, and I just got home on February 21st, so just a few days ago, and I brought this beauty home with me. Now, this bag comes from a store called MADBAG. And guess what? It's actually located in Rome. So I actually landed a little bit early, like, some hours early, so I could hop on the train. Once I arrived in the airport, hopped on the train, ran into the city, located this incredible store, and picked up this beauty. She is stunning. She is stunning. The suede is just to die for. It has a strap for crossbody shoulder wear. As you could imagine, it is great for travel. I still have the paper on the inside because I have not unpacked it. And I keep all of my handbags stuffed, right? It features this belted apparatus on both sides of the bag with copious amounts of space on the inside and different compartments for storing things. But she's fantastic. I will link the website for you in the description in case you all are interested. Here in the United States, they are selling for anywhere from, I think, the high twos, so $285 on up to $400, $500, $600. But in Rome, I got it for €129. And yes, those tariffs have kicked in here in the United States. And I'll tell you why and how I know in just a moment. Also, I wanted to show you before I walk away from here, it also has the feet on the bottom here. It's a very well-made bag, just beautiful. And I'm going to really try to stick to doing most of my shopping going forward in Europe. I'm planning to go back again here, as you know, for the tour. I'll be there well before the tour starts so that I can get everything in place. And I'm just going to hold out. I'm just going to hold out. Unless it's something that's absolutely extraordinary, I'm going to wait. But I went in with these boots. Look at this, with this whole shark action feature going on. Look at the flaps on the side. These are by Camuto. I picked these up at Nordstrom Rack about 6 months ago. This is my first time wearing them. As you can tell, there's a wedge heel here. Very easy to walk in. The sales sticker is still on the bottom there. There is a zipping apparatus on the inside for easy on and off access. It doesn't have any give in it. So for the girlies with the larger calves, I'm sorry. The last time that I checked, there were still some available at Nordstrom Rack, not Nordstrom proper, but Nordstrom Rack. I went in also with this cropped denim jacket that I've had from Express. I swear I've had this jacket about 15, 16 years, really. And it really is in keeping with the original Levi Strauss look, right? I also went in with these sunnies that I got from, and they actually have a blue tint to them. Can you see that there? From Amazon. There are still some available. Again, anything that is available, I will link for you, or something comparable if they are indeed sold out or it's been a long time, right? But we did that for the first look. Look number two. I went in with this denim trench from Ann Taylor also. I picked this beauty up last, I almost said last election cycle. 1 year ago, I picked this beauty up from Ann Taylor. It was on clearance. It was regular $298, $300, but I picked it up for a cool $65 on clearance. She's beautiful. She has a little stretch in it. It is this deep indigo blue color, denim through and through. It is, again, a trench coat that has all of the features and trappings of a traditional trench coat. The venting in the back here, belted, double-breasted with the guards on the front here, the windshields on the front there, and of course the belting on the wrist area here. She does gather in the throat area here if you want to cinch it up a little bit further, but I love this beauty. I also bought one of these for my daughter as well, and they're just fantastic. Just a great piece of craftsmanship. Also, the belting that is traditional on the trench coat that sits here rests on top of the shoulder area. But with this trench coat, yeah. Ooh, We went all blue in, all blue, all blue, everything, almost everything. I went in with this beauty here, this faux fur stole as well that I draped around. I actually did it on the diagonal and cinched it, clasped it right under my left arm here. So we did that. And I went in with this beautiful derby from Gigi Pip. Is she not fire? Is she not fire? And look at this suede band that goes around the top, the circumference of the hat. She is fantastic. I love her. I've had this one since before I left Colorado as well. I think about 6 years ago that I purchased this one. She's beautiful. The shoes that I did with this look, these suede and mesh. It's an elastic mesh here, so it really does sculpt to the foot. And then the satin ribbon here on the laced area. But the heel is also suede, again, 100% suede, as well as around the toe box area. But again, adorned and graced by this mesh elastic around the footbed there. And these are 9 West. I also have these in black. These are fabulous. It is really a beautiful tailored shoe. I love this shoe because I can wear it with suits very easily, very well. Yeah, beautiful shoe, very well constructed. Again, 9 West. I've had these about 12 years as well, and they are in fantastic condition, as is most of all of my shoe offerings, right? The handbag that I went with, she is making her debut here on the channel. I actually picked this one up from a secondhand retailer on Etsy. Yeah, I sure did. Patent leather. This is an Acadia bag. I love the construction. I love the design of this beauty. Yes, you are looking at it right. It zips, unzips on both sides there. Look at that. Just fabulous. Again, with the top handle, so she is more like a satchel. Again, 100% satin, patent leather. She's a wonderful find. She also has feet on the bottom. Just beautifully constructed. And as is traditional, really with a lot of Acadia bags, you have the featured red piping on their bags primarily. They do that a lot. Yeah, beautiful. And she's in perfect, excellent condition. There is no strap for crossbody shoulder wear. It is a satchel through and through, but she's gorgeous. Love her. Yes. Okay. Tell me what you thought. Tell me what you thought about that look. That was look number 2. Let's move on to look number 3. Look number 3, I am actually wearing the top. And as I said, here's my tie here. You know, I love a good tie, right? And this is a man's shirt, actually. I purchased this. I don't even want to tell you where I purchased it because we are not shopping there anymore. And I purchased this about 6 years ago before I left Colorado. This is from the men's area. I love these dramatic, oversized sleeves here. I mean, just the wrist area, drama. This oversized cuffs here on the ends, you can actually cuff them on the bottom and put the cuff links on them, right? Again, it's a formal men's shirt. There is a paisley detailing in the shirt. Can you see that there? These are glorious. This entire top men's, again, it's a slim fit, but oversized. I wanted it oversized. It's just beautiful. I love this in my collection. It also has the holes here in case you wanted to put the anchor tie across the anchor pins that go across the top of the tie. So it actually has the holes there in case you want to do that with this one as well. But isn't she beautiful? And look at the highlights in my tie. Can you see the color there? The color variation? Love it. Yes, we did. So again, I have on, I just tucked one side in there just for a little loose variation there. But again, I have the 501s on that I actually cuffed on the bottom, as you can see in the video here, just for some dimension and some whimsy and some fun and not taking myself too seriously. So all three of these looks, the first look was very casual. The second look was very feminine, whereas this look is very masculine. And that's exactly what I was going for, because what? Denim is universal. And again, versatile, right? And then what else did we do with this look? So again, this was my base. The jacket that I graced donned over this entire look is from Avec les Filles. Remember, I featured the coat in my outerwear video by Avec les Filles, and Avec les Filles means what? Do you guys remember what that stands for? The translation is? It is French for what? Avec, with the girls, right? With the girls. And I actually have 3 of these that I purchased from Avec les Filles. I have this beautiful baby, it's not really a baby blue. It is more like a matte blue color, like a washed out matte blue color. I also have it in a beautiful olive green, and I also have it in an oatmeal color, but they're so industrial, they're heavy duty. And this jacket really does remind me of the jackets that the men would have marched in during the civil rights era, right? During that SNCC period, as well as into the 60s while marching with MLK himself. Does this not look precisely like one of those outerwear jackets that the men would have worn? I think so. Tell me what you think in the comments. What accessories did I use for look number 3? I went with, let me take this one off because I have another hat for you. Put that one there. I'm starting with this little shoulder bag here. And you know what? I don't really do a lot of shoulder bags. I really don't. But this one is so cute. I purchased this one from, where did I go? Oh, ASOS. I got this one from ASOS. Super cute, right? There's a flap on it, and you can, I don't know if you can tell, but they're actually embedded inside of the flap there. And then you just close it like so. This is really just a shoulder bag through and through, but look at the little hardware on the sides there. Super cute. Also on the back, right? Adorable. Yes, really cute. And I think it matched beautifully with the Steve Maddens. These are a take on the YSL Lees, the Yves Saint Laurent Leave slingback sandals, right? This is the Steve Madden version called Divine. At last I checked, they are still available. They fit beautifully. Again, that sculptured gold heel is to die for. I absolutely love these shoes. Love them. They're wonderful to walk in. Great padded footbed, 4-inch heel here. So we did that. And then I went in with this hat from Lack of Color. I actually purchased this one also when I lived in Colorado. So I've had this one about 8 to 10 years, I think, but lovely. Wool with this beautiful velvet band going across around the circumference of the hat itself. That was the look. That is look number 3. Tell me what you thought about these, right? What are your ideas? Tell me some of your ideas, especially I know, again, the demographic that watches my channel, many of you will have experiences of having marched during the civil rights period, as well as, you know, just the evolution of denim in your lifetimes. Tell me some of your fond memories or, you know, special memories that you have about wearing denim, not just during the civil rights period, but again, maybe during that black exploitation film period in the 70s, going into the 80s and 90s, like myself, during rap and hip hop. I grew up in the late 80s, 90s as well, and remember groups like TLC really coming out with the oversized, dramatic, baggy denim, you know, the painted denim during the hip hop and breakdancing battles and things like that. I mean, this material was defining for our culture in so many ways. And as usual, we continue to push the envelope day in and day out where defining culture is concerned. You can't do it without Black folks. There's not much in this country you can do without the impression of Black people all over it. So there you have it. 3 looks, all centered around denim, right? And the Black diaspora. Again, don't forget to comment below. Tell me what you thought or what your thoughts are and memories of your favorite denim moments. But in the interim, head on over to Instagram and follow me there at Suits Souls by EPP. And if you're not already doing so, please hit that like and subscribe button for notifications on all new episodes. But until we meet again, a bientôt, Muses. Bye.
Double leather, labels a squeak, rich mocha hue, melanin